Hi there, I'm Birgit O'Connor, and I just was thinking about something. I went for a walk this morning on the beach, and I haven't let anybody know that I'm just dropping in here, but I get my bright ideas when I go for a walk, and I have a tendency of implementing them as soon as possible. So I got an email this morning where somebody asked me about whether or not I provide reference photos and line drawings, etc. And I do. I always do in all my courses. But we have one coming up, which is The Joy of Painting Loose and Free. And what they said made me think about this is because about the line drawings. The beauty about painting loose is that you don't have to be detailed. But it's not as easy as it seems. So I'll call it a 5-minute tip, but more than likely I have a tendency to talk longer and I'll try not to. But what I thought about is that if I had to say just one tip and I have tons of others, but that one tip, it would be in the line drawing, because a lot of times if you get really detailed with your line drawing, you're not going to get loose. You're going to be tight and controlled. Now, I just grabbed something just to give you an idea. These aren't the best examples, but it'll be fine. So what I thought, when I first thought I would get loose, I tried to do the sunflower. So you can see it has, I really wanted to get loose, but I still was kind of in between. And that was because I had a more detailed line drawing. And then on my journey to getting loose, I can't remember which way this goes. Maybe it goes that way. Nope. Sky would be up on top. All right. So anyway, I was using a lot of water and I still had a more detailed line drawing. This was all right. I was on my journey to get where I wanted to go, but I really wanted to be looser. And I would be so frustrated. So one way that you can do it is use your brush and paint with obviously paint with your brush, but do your drawing with your brush. And I do have another video on that too, where it's just, instead of trying to create all the details with a pencil, just use your brush, get an outline and soften those edges. And this actually is that particular painting where I just decided, it starts off very sloppy and it looks like a little kid did it. And then I start to soften some of those edges and then layer on top of that. Now, I like how loose this is, but I wanted to get even looser. And with that, I'm going to show you how to create a super simple sketch in just a second. But basically, this is sort of where I wanted to go with it. And again, I've got to see, is that the right direction? I think so. Okay, so now if you can imagine, because I'm sure that you already know this, everybody's trying to have a very detailed drawing. If you have a reference photo, you're trying to actually replicate what you see. And what we're trying to do is move away from that, get more artistic, more creative. So I debated whether or not to set up a different camera so you could see, but I'm not going to bother with that. I'm going to show you something super simple. So if we were going to do, let's see, we're going to try to get away from this. I'm sure you already know how to do something like that as far as the line drawing. You would easily get caught up in detail. But if I want to do something loose, what I would basically be doing, either drawing with my brush, or I'd be thinking about where I want the heads. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and see if I've got, here, let's do it with a permanent Sharpie marker, because I'm not going to paint with this, but I want to show this to you. Okay, so I'll get in the picture here. So let's say that's the watercolor paper. I want to do a loose painting of a sunflower. I'm going to decide where I want the head to be. I'm not going to put all the detail in. Maybe I'll put another one over here, and maybe I'll just add a couple lines like that. Now, that doesn't look like anything, but what happens with that is it's going to allow me, it's going to do a couple things. It's going to allow me space to let the color mingle without me trying to get concerned over being too detailed. And then I can work with whatever's happening on the paper, and it gives me some form. So you don't have to go as simple as this. And I know that you're probably thinking that that's got to be crazy, but let's look at that. Okay, that idea, if I have it in the right direction, sort of like that. Minimize your line drawing. If you want to get loose, keep it simple. Okay, I said I would try to stay within 5 minutes. I don't know if I did or not. So anyway, all right. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye. Oh, you can go to birgittoconnor.com if you're interested in, actually, let me show that to you. Oops, there we go. There. This is the upcoming course starting next week. All righty. And I will talk. Oh, I did stay within 5 minutes. Okay. Let's go back to there. And thanks so much. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.